everybody. Hello everybody, hi. I've come in today to do a short session of maybe about 25 minutes in total, give or take a couple of minutes, because I know what I'm like for going over time. But this is a session based on extension exercises. So the majority laid on your front, or lying prone as it's called, lying face down on the mat. So some of the movements are fairly small movements into extension, but they're quite strong, and then some of them build up to bigger, more sequential spine, more mobilizing into quite strong extensions. So it has to, as always, feel okay in your back. It shouldn't feel nippy in your lower back, shouldn't cause any discomfort. So just work to the level that feels okay. So if you have your mat, and you might want one pillow or folded up towel for your head, and maybe another one for when you lay it on your tummy. Some people like to have a small pillow underneath your lower tummy, just to kind of take any feeling of nipping out of your lower back. So just have a couple handy. Rather than just getting straight down onto our fronts, if we just maybe start on all fours, just for a few gentle sort of loosening up exercises. So if you can come onto your hands and knees. So if you then ideally set yourself up on all fours so that you've got your hands under your shoulders, you've got your knees under your hips. If it feels a little bit tight in your wrists, then you could take your hands just that little bit further forwards, just so they're not quite as, there's not quite such a strong position. But once you've set yourself up, if you just start just by finding your neutral spine, so everything is aligned, you've got your tummy muscles gently connected, gently drawn in, just to keep you nice and steady. So it's as if you could balance a drink on your lower back and you wouldn't spill a drop if it was full to the brim. That's the idea. Then if you think about the position of your head and neck, if you just draw your chin in just a little bit and feel like you're lengthening through the crown of your head. Then just thinking about your shoulder blades, just draw your shoulder blades down your ribs, just that little bit, and make sure that your shoulder blades are nice and wide across your back. So you're basically keeping your ears, or your shoulders rather, well away from your ears. None of this. Just keep lots of freedom in your neck. Then from there, a mini version of the cat, which are sometimes called the kitten, where you're just focusing on your lower back. So think about your tailbone and just draw your tailbone under, and then the opposite, push your tailbone away, and just relax your breathing and just focus on the movement, just sort of nice rhythmical tilting of your pelvis going into your lower back, just to mobilize. So it's like it's not a full cat stretch, it's a mini version, hence the kitten. So if we were to take it into a full cat stretch, if you come back to your neutral position, take a deep breath in, and on a long exhale, draw your tailbone down, draw your tummy in, rounding and stretching through your spine. So then just letting your head relax down on your neck. Stay there, take a breath in, and as you exhale, think about your tailbone starting the movement, pushing it away towards the wall behind, as you work your way through to an extension curve in your back, where your head is coming up on your neck, but not too much. Wants to feel free in your neck. Stay there, take a breath in. As you exhale, draw your tailbone down, draw your tummy in, rounding and letting your head relax down. Stay in that stretch, take a deep breath. And as you exhale, think of your tailbone starting the movement, pushing your tailbone away, rippling up through your spine into the opposite curve, into extension. And then from there, just draw back to neutral for a few seconds. And then release off your hands. Give your hands a bit of a circle round, and then coming down onto your tummy. So maybe a folded up pillow under your head, and if you want to, just support your lower back a little bit. Another folded up towel just underneath your lower tummy. And if you come face down, so face down on the mat with just your forehead resting on the towels or the pillow, and just have your hands resting on the mat either side of the pillow and your elbows nice and wide on the ground. Your legs are together, and just start with some deep breathing. So when you're inhaling, feel like you're drawing the air into the back of your ribs. And as you exhale through your mouth, just very gently draw your lower tummy in, just the tiniest little bit. And if you just do another couple of deep breaths, inhaling into the back of your chest and exhaling through your mouth, gently drawing your lower tummy in, just that little bit. Maybe one more. Inhaling deep into the back of your ribs, around the back of your shoulder blades. And as you exhale, gently drawing your lower tummy in, just that little bit. Okay, from there, keeping your upper body as it is, you're resting down on the mat. Let's just think about focusing on glutes and some leg work. And it's only a small single leg lift that we're going to do. Maybe think about the left leg first of all. If you take a breath in and exhale that left leg straight up just to clear the floor. Inhale and reach that leg nice and long from the hip, and exhale it back down right next to the other one. Take a breath in on the mat. Other leg, as you exhale, just reach it up to clear the floor. Inhale and just lengthen that leg away from the hip, and exhale it down right next to the other one. Alternating sides. Take a breath in, long exhale as you reach and lift the leg just to clear the floor. Inhale and lengthen it away, and exhale as you keep the length, lowering it back down. Other side. Take a breath in on the mat. Use a long exhale, your tummy gently drawn in to support your back as you lift, not too high. Breathe in and lengthen, and exhale back down. Your legs are almost touching each other. Let's do a few more. Take a breath in on the mat. Exhale, lifting from the hip. So lots of glute work, but your lower back just staying nice and still. Breathing in and lengthening, and exhale down close to the other leg. And just one more. Take a breath in on the mat. As you exhale, the other leg just lifts and lengthens away from the hip, just clearing your thigh from the floor. Inhale and lengthen away, and keep the length as you lower that leg back down to the mat and relax. Then let's shift your focus away from glutes to upper and mid back. And if you have the start position where your arms are now down by your side, and to start off with, just to warm up into it, think about your shoulder blades and just breathe in as you squeeze your shoulder blades together, just lifting your arms from the floor to hover, and then exhale down to release. Just a couple more. Nice deep breath in as you squeeze shoulder blades together, lift your arms and reach them long, just so they're hovering, your hands are hovering by your hips, and exhale down. One more of those. So as you inhale, you're just squeezing your shoulder blades together, your face down, and you're exhaling down. Okay, from there, let's turn it into the dart. So your arms are by your side, nice and strong, straight arms, and your palms are facing in towards your thighs. So now, this time, as you inhale, reach your shoulders up towards your ears, and as you exhale, bring your upper body into a small lift, reaching your shoulders down and your fingertips away. Take a breath in. And on an exhale, let everything come back down to the mat. Okay, let's do some more of those. So breathe in as you shrug your shoulders up. As you go into the exhale, reach your shoulders and your arms away. Let them hover as you come up into position. Take a breath in. And exhale as you lower your forehead back down to the mat and release your arms. And again, inhale as you shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Start to reach your arms away, lifting your arms to clear the floor, lifting your upper body just about 6 inches, no more. Take a breath in. Feel the length to the crown of your head. And then releasing down and relax. Let's do a couple more. Inhale as you shrug your shoulders. As you go into the exhale, you're lifting your upper body, looking towards the mat still and reaching your arms away as they hover. Take a breath in. And exhale. Down to release. Last one of those. For the dart, breathe in as you shrug your shoulders up. As you go into the exhale, you're reaching your arms away, fingertips towards your feet. It's a small lift with your body, but you're looking towards the mat, so your neck's nice and neutral. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lower your forehead, your head back down and your arms back down, and release and relax. Okay, from there, let's change the start position so that you're coming into like a star shape down on the ground. So if you take your arms, so they're reaching out along the floor in front of you, with your hands just wider than your shoulders. Take your feet wider than your hips, and if you can then have your toes pointing out and your heels pointing in. Then let's work around each limb, just one limb at a time, just as a gentle warm up into this. So maybe just thinking about the left arm, and if you take a breath in, and as you exhale, just literally clear the floor with your arm and inhale it back down. Exhale the other arm, just to lift it, just to clear the floor, reaching it away. And inhale it down. Then let's think right leg. As you exhale, just reach that right leg up from the hip, lengthening it away. And inhale it down. And the other leg, as you exhale, just lift it to clear the floor, reaching it away. And inhale it. Back down and release and relax. Okay, if that felt all right and you want to take it to a stronger version, you're going to work on the diagonal through opposite arm and leg. And this time when you lift just to clear the floor with your arm and your leg, you're going to lift your upper body the same as you do with the dart. So it's quite a bit stronger. So you're in your star position for your start. And let's maybe think left arm and right leg. If you take a breath in, on a long exhale, let those two limbs come to float away up off the ground and your upper body comes up too. Breathe in and just lengthen away from the hip and the shoulder that are lifted. And then as you exhale, let everything come back down to release. Let's go other diagonal, right arm, left leg. Take a breath in. As you exhale, let those limbs clear the floor. Bring your upper body into your dart position. Stay there. Breathe in and lengthen away through to your fingertips and your toes. And exhale, everything down. Back to the first diagonal, left arm, right leg. Take a deep breath in. Long exhale, let those two limbs clear the floor and your upper body come into your dart. Take a breath in and lengthen away from the shoulder and the hip. And exhale, down to the mat. Other diagonal, on the mat, breathe in. And exhale, opposite arm and leg to lift, upper body to lift, breathe in. And exhale down to the mat. Just one more on each side, or rest if you've had enough. Left arm, right leg, take a breath in. To prepare, exhale in, left arm, right leg, upper body, small lift, reach and lengthen, breathing in. And exhale, everything down. Last one, right arm, left leg. Take a breath in on the mat. Use a long exhale to just clear the floor with those two limbs. Come into your dart position with your upper body. Breathe in and lengthen. And as you exhale down to the mat, you might want to bring your legs back together, push yourself up, and if it feels comfy to go back down into a shell stretch, just let your bottom sink back towards your heels. Let your head just sink down to the floor, but don't force anything. Just go through into a shell stretch as much as feels comfortable. Just to release all those muscles that you've been working and give them a stretch. And then from there, coming back down again into the same face down start position. But if you have your feet again wider than your hips, have your toes out and your heels in. And if you bring your arms into a start position where you've got your elbows maybe kind of level with your shoulders, maybe a little bit lower, and your hands are down on the mat, quite wide. And we're going to bring it into the cobra or the sphinx, where you're resting on your forearms. So you're going into more movement, mobilizing through your back. So for the first one, it's really about getting the position right as you come up. So on the mat, take a deep breath in. Long exhale, just push down through your hands and bring yourself up and just adjust your arms now so that you can rest on your forearms. And you should feel like you're really reaching out of your shoulders and your head and neck are nice and free. Just keep your breathing relaxed as you stay up there and keep your tummy gently, your lower tummy gently drawn in just to support your back. Then from there, take a deep breath in. And on a long exhale, slide your elbows wide as you roll back down till your forehead's back down on the mat. Okay, so long as that feels all right, let's maybe do another 3 of those. So on the mat, take a breath in. Long exhale, pushing down through your hands, rolling up through your spine and drawing your elbows in so your arms are parallel. Stay there, take a breath in. And on a long exhale, slide your elbows wide and roll. Think of the center line of your body as you're rolling back down, resting your forehead on the towel or the mat. Again, take a breath in. As you exhale, you're rolling up through your spine, nice and strong, so you can let your elbows come parallel, resting on your forearms, neck nice and free. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, slide your elbows wide so you can roll through your spine. Let's do another one of those. On the mat, take a breath in. Long exhale as you curl your way up, sliding your elbows in till they're parallel. You're resting on your forearms. Take a deep breath and a long exhale. Slide your elbows wide as you roll back down to rest your head down on the mat. Okay, if that felt all right, then an exercise on from that, taking it stronger still into more extension, is the swan, the one that's called the swan. So as long as it felt okay going up as far as the sphinx, if you want to take it higher, then into the swan. So same position with your legs, similar position with your hands, forehead down on the mat, and it's a nice sort of flowing sequential movement as you're rolling up through your spine. So down in position, face down, take a deep breath in, and on a long exhale, roll and curl up through the sphinx to a position where you're resting on your hands. You're not locking your elbows out. Keep your elbows soft, keep your shoulders down and wide on your back. Take a breath in, and on a long exhale, let your elbows bend wide as you roll your way back down. Let's do a couple more, same breathing patterns. So down on the mat, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, push gently through your arms, but curl up nice and strong so you can Take the weight on your hands with your neck nice and free. Shoulders down, breathe in. And as you exhale, you're rolling back down through your spine. And another one of those, just the same. Breathe in on the mat. Use your exhale to bring yourself nice and flowing up in position. Feel like you're reaching your legs away along the floor behind you. Stay there, breathing in. And a long exhale takes you rolling back down to your start position. If you wanted to vary the breathing and do a version that's a little bit more rhythmical, a bit more flowing, then you'd come up on your inhale. So you're down on the mat in your start position, and then when you're ready, breathing in as you rise up to that same position, and you're exhaling as you roll down. If that feels okay, let's maybe do another 3. Inhaling as you come up, and exhaling as you roll back down. And inhaling, pushing down through your arms, bringing yourself up. And exhale as you let your elbows flex as you roll back down. Last one. Inhale. Nice and free in your neck all the time. Exhaling as you roll all the way back down to the mat to relax. And then bring your legs back so that they're parallel. Push with your arms up from the mat and bring yourself down again into a shell stretch. And if you can, in the shell stretch, just let your bottom sink down towards your heels. Have your arms gently reaching away out in front of you. And just take a few long, deep breaths in that position. Feel like you're breathing into the back of your ribs. And every time you breathe out, just gently draw your lower tummy in. Just very gently. Feel your tailbone sinking towards your heels. Don't force anything though. If you've got a little bit of tightness in your knees, don't force anything. You could maybe put a towel or a pillow on top of your calves, just so that you can rest your hips down onto something if you've got a bit of tension in the back of your knees. Okay, from there, let's bring it onto all fours just for a couple of exercises. If we start off with the cat again, just to really loosen up in the opposite direction from what you've been doing with the swan. So come to a nice, neutral, strong position on all fours. Think of your tailbone starting the movement. Take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, draw your tailbone down. Draw your tummy in, rounding, stretching, letting your head relax. Stay there, breathing in, and exhale to reverse the curve, pushing your tailbone away and bringing yourself into extension, not too much in your neck. And one more time from that position, take a breath in, exhale and draw your tailbone down, draw your tummy in, rounding and stretching. And then just come back to neutral. And then let's take it into the exercise that's called threading the needle. So you're rotating your spine and you're coming into extension as well. So if I start with releasing my right hand, so then take your right hand and the back of your hand, just let it skim the floor and reach away and let the supporting arm, your left arm, just flex. So you're down in a big twist, a big rotation of your spine. Maybe keep your head just hovering above the mat. Then, when you're ready, take a breath in, push on your supporting hand, undo the twist, take it the opposite way, reaching your hand, your free hand, your right hand up towards the ceiling, looking towards it, and then come back onto all fours. Then switch sides. So take your left hand, the back of your hand, just let it skim the floor as you rotate down through your spine. Then inhale, pushing on your supporting arm, your right arm, as you reach up towards the ceiling, looking towards your hand, and then come back onto all fours. Let's do one more each side. So the right arm is reaching away through the space under your spine, and you're turning to follow your hand as you reach it up towards the ceiling and then back to the mat. And then last time, left arm, reach it away through your spine, reach it away towards the wall, and then reverse it as you follow your hand with your eyes up to the ceiling, and then from there, just come back onto all fours. Okay, so the cat, the thread and the needle all mobilizing for your back. If we think about, you might want to come off your wrists and just have a break for a second, maybe circle your wrists around. And if we think about maybe doing some strength on all fours, so perhaps going into a prep exercise for the plank, and then after a few repetitions of those, if that feels okay, then taking it into the full plank and just doing a few of those. Just work to the level that feels doable. So if you come back to all fours, knees under your hips and hands under your shoulders, then if you take your hands about a hand's length further forwards this time, and have your hands just a little bit wider than your shoulders. Have your shoulder blades nice and wide down on your ribs. Then you've got a bit of space between your knees. Tuck your toes under, and this is a small movement where you're just going to lift your knees, but it's strong. It is really strong for your core and your upper body. So for the prep then, you would take a breath in, and as you exhale, just draw your knees up about 6 inches from the mat, no more. Take a breath in, and exhale as you control your knees back down and maybe release off your wrists. And if that felt okay, another couple of those. Toes are tucked under, shoulder blades are down and wide. Take a breath in. Exhale, draw your tummy in to support your body weight as you come up 6 inches. Breathe in. And exhale, down, nice and controlled. Maybe take the weight off your wrists just for a second. Come back into your start position. Let's just do one more of the plank prep. This is the plank prep. Take a breath in on the mat. As you exhale, feel like you're drawing your tummy muscles in just to support you as you come up, and the weight is through your upper body and through your core. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, control your knees down. Bring yourself down into a shell stretch. Uncurl, circle your wrists around just to release them. And if that felt okay, then the next level up would be to come into the plank. So maybe if we were just to do, say, 3 planks, or you could do 1 or 2, it's up to you. So your start position then, your hands are about a hand's length in front of your shoulders, a little bit wider than your shoulders. Then maybe take your knees back a little bit further, a little bit of space between your knees, 3 or 4 inches. Tuck your toes under, and then from there, take a deep breath in to prepare, and on a long exhale, lift your knees and take your weight forwards until you're in your plank position. Stay there, breathing in. And as you exhale, start to bring your weight back, bring your knees down, release a bit of tension from your wrists. Back in, ready for number 2. In the start position, take a deep breath in to prepare, and a long exhale. Gather in through your tummy muscles, supporting your back as you bring yourself into your plank position. Breathe in. And as you exhale, soften your knees, bring your weight back, knees down, release from your wrists. And just one more. Toes tucked under in your start position. Take a deep breath in, long exhale, draw your tummy muscles in to support your back as you lift your weight towards your upper body. Keep nice and strong there as you breathe in. And on a long exhale, start to bring your weight back, let your knees come down and release. Down from that into another shell stretch. And take a few long deep breaths whilst you're down there. And then gently uncurl from that. Release through your wrists, just circle them round. And from there, that's enough down on the mat. Let's just finish off maybe with a roll down. So if you come up into standing, I'm thinking that I might have my head cut off because we've got the video, but if I move back, Hopefully, yeah, you can still see me. So if you come up into standing, either on the floor or on your mat, feet are hip distance apart, parallel, grow really tall through to the crown of your head, release through your neck and shoulders. And then when you're ready, take a deep breath in, and on a long exhale, nod your head, gently draw your tummy in, stay soft through your hips and your knees as you curl and peel your way down into your roll down, just taking it to what feels like your comfortable limit, not forcing anything. Staying down in the roll down for a few seconds, have your tummy gently connected, let your arms hang heavy, and feel that the weight is nice and even throughout your feet. So you're not back on your heels, you're not on your toes, you've got the weight just nice and even, both feet. From there, before you uncurl, take a deep breath into your back. And on a long exhale, you're starting to uncurl. You're really working into your glutes at the start of the uncurl, and then it's more about just restacking your spine, coming back up to your full height. Crown of your head reaching to the ceiling, arms relaxed down by your side. Then very last thing, let's just do a double arm reach. If you inhale as you reach up overhead, maybe widen your arms into V shape, look up just towards the ceiling, and then sweep your arms back round and down. Let's just do that one more time. So inhale, both arms up, widen into a V shape. Just look up towards the ceiling and stretch your fingertips away as you circle back round, down by your side, and maybe just circle your shoulders round a couple of times. Okay, and that's enough, methinks. That felt strong to me. I hope it felt all right to you. Nice to see you. And yeah, we're getting quite a collection of the videos, so lots of variations to keep us going. Take care and see you soon. Bye.